Question number 20. Purchase discount is 0% for up to $500. 5% is added for each additional $500 up to $2,000, and 25% is applied for above $2,000. Which test inputs in dollars would be selected for equivalence partition? So we are talking about an equivalence partitioning questions. It didn't specify valid or invalid partitions, which means we should consider both valid and invalid partitions. Read the question carefully to specify the partitions. This is the most important step in such questions to specify the partitions correctly. First partition would be from 0 to 500, where discount is 0%. Second partition, give it a thought. 5% is added for each additional 500 up to 2,000. Correct. Second partition, from 501 to 1,000, where discount is 5%. Third partition is from 1,001 to 1,500, where discount is 10%. Fourth partition is from 1,501 to 2,000, where discount is 15%. Fifth partition from 2,001 and above, where discount is 25%. And for invalid partition, we have only one, which is negative numbers. We cannot purchase items with negative money. So invalid partition is from -1 and down to -infinity. So we have one invalid partition and 5 valid partitions. Quickly, the only answer that has 6 values is answer C. -100, 250, 650, 1300, 1700, and 2900. To confirm, we need to make sure that each of those values are respectively inside each partition. We see -100 is in the negative partition. 250 is between 0 and 500. 650 is between 501 and 1000. 1300 is between 1001 and 1500. 1700 is between 1501 and 2000. And 2900 is above 2001. So our solution is correct. The correct answer is C. Question number 21. Bank fee is 0% for balance less than $500. 2% for less than $1,000, and 4% for $1,000 or more. Which test inputs in dollars would be selected using BVA or boundary value analysis? Again, in boundary analysis, if we define the partitions correctly, then we are almost done solving the questions. Read the question very carefully. In this question, it didn't specify valid or invalid, so we should consider both. We have valid partition starting from 0 to 499.99. Yeah, that was tricky. They said balance less than 500. You might ask, why didn't you just say 499? Well, look at the answers. They have real numbers. So your partitions should also have real numbers. Second partition from 500 to 999.99. Third partition from 1000 to plus infinity. As we should consider invalid partitions as well, then we have one invalid partition, which is the negative numbers, starting from -0.01 to negative infinity. Now we have defined the partitions and their boundaries. Then if you simply read the boundaries that you have just predicted yourself, then you got the correct answer. -0.01, 0, 499.99, 500, 999.99, 1000. So the correct answer is B. Question 22. Given the state diagram in the following figure, which test case is the minimum series of valid transitions to cover every state? This is a nice simple question. I always like state transition diagram questions. They are simply easy ones, but they need clear mind to solve it. The question here is asking about the test case to go through all the states, or in other words, to go through all the circles in the diagram. If we start from SS, we can go only to S1, and from S1 we can go to either S2 or S3. So here answer D is wrong. From S2 we can only go to S4. So again here answer C is wrong. From S4 we can go back to S1, then to S3, and from S3 we can either go to ES and stop or go back to S4 again. If we stop now at ES, would we have exercised all the states? Yes. You see that the pen has touched all the blue circles, so we can stop now at ES. So the correct answer is A.